Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna cover last week's TTT of Zwift Racing League from my league, Open EMEA, which is actually EMEA W Northern East B3. So again, I was participating in our second team from B, in my ATNI team, ATGNI team, ATNI Titanium, where we actually managed to secure second position, only 7.3 seconds behind the first guys. We did very good, and this is something which I wanted to show you. So as you can see, we are on the Greater London 8 with famous Box Hill, which you're gonna see how much we struggled in a second. So as you can see, we are over here with 6 people. I was the first pulling. We agreed that I'm gonna pull for around 350 watts, but for 30 seconds, but it's I managed to actually pull for like whole 1 minute at the very beginning, so we could form a nice line. We didn't manage to. I think we could do it even better. Like as you can see, we are 2.5 minutes into the race, and we are still struggling to actually secure nice line. We managed to make it several times, as for example just right now. Probably it was because one of our guys unfortunately didn't have a microphone, and even more, he didn't even hear us. So that was something that was a little bit challenging, but we still, I think, like taking into consideration, I think we did really great. Every one of us made magnificent pulls. Box Hill is coming. A road, Greater London 8. It's demanding road with several surges, but nothing crazy. But everything is like playing out on the Box Hill, which is 3 kilometers with average 4.3. But trust me, the inclines over there are much bigger. As you can see over here, I'm trying to give quite nice pulls. I felt very strong during this race. Several times I dropped down a little bit, but I managed to push back. This time a little bit too much. I wasn't consistent, but most of our guys had the same issue actually. So over here we are already 7 minutes into the race. We are doing quite well. We see that we are lowering a gap for the guys who are in front of us, as I think there was a gap, like there was nobody starting before us, so we started with, I think, 3 minutes gap, and as you can see, it's getting lower. Yeah, I think so actually, but no, the guys behind us, they're also like lowering their gap. But anyways, we are doing quite well. I'm the first one to pull. Behind me is Matt, who did really great in our last race, as you could see during my last video. We are 10 minutes into the race. I was quite happy because my coach joined the stream, so he hyped me a little bit. As you can see here, we formed for a little bit quite nice lane. Here we lost it just a little bit, but we are still doing very fine. I'm gonna fast forward to further, so you don't see how how we are doing on the flat sections. As you can see over here, we are already in the tunnel, which is just before the box hill on the Greater 8 road. So we are just heading to the first section of the incline, and the objective over here was just to don't over push, stay together, but maintain sustainable power, but let's make it, let's push it strong. That was the idea. We have few lighter riders. I think me and Vlado, we are the biggest riders within this group, and on the incline around like 6-7%, we are struggling. It's not an easy job, and I need to admit that I think that I pushed a little bit too much at the beginning, especially that before I gave quite strong changes, and I think I didn't pace this hill well. Chris is the lightest guy in front of us. He's pushing, but he doesn't have. This is the guy who doesn't have a mic and microphone. Microphone and speakers. So he couldn't hear us. He couldn't hear us when we were asking him to slow down a little bit. As we started to have a little gap on our last guy, on Andy. He couldn't maintain, but he did really great job. He did several changes very, very well. So over here our gap is increasing, and that was unfortunate, of course, but it could happen. Even though we are losing him, we decided, okay, let's push forward. We're gonna make it as a 5. We are somewhere like in the middle of the hill. We are managing to push it quite nicely. I'm trying to maintain around 300 watts, as you can see over here, which again I think it's a little bit too much for me. I need to admit, 4 watts per kilogram is quite a lot, and it's not easy to maintain. I already said to the guys that I think we need to slow down a little bit. You can see my face that I'm starting to die over here. And when we are heading to the finish of this hill, I'm dropping. I'm unfortunately dropping. I said to the guys that even though I'm still maintaining around like 300 watts, I think it's a bit lower, like we see more yellow zones rather than the orange zones. So I think the average of mine lowered a little bit. Guys, ease up a little bit. I managed to close the gap a little bit, but then again, even though I'm putting 300 watts, they again are just flying away. I don't know how they did that, but they are just flying away. And over here, there's additional incline section, small punch. I think it's gonna happen in a second, because I managed to bridge this gap. As you can see over here in this very beautiful view, I managed to get back to the guys. I'm trying to, rest a little bit, and we are getting closer to this small punch, which I thought, okay, I'm gonna push it over, and we are back on track, and we are getting to the finish line. I'm even for a second I'm on the front, that I started to die. I'm dying, and just at the top of this incline, I'm losing the guys, and there is like 1 second gap between me and Vlad. I'm shouting to the guys, please wait for me, just for a second. But the case is that unfortunately the issue was that, the issue in Zwift is that if they are in the group, and even though they are not pushing watts, they're gonna be faster on the descent. It's like 12% descent, so they decided, okay, we go alone. We are just pushing alone, and that was a smart decision. I think we hesitated for too long. Actually, I think if I wasn't able to close the gap, even though you saw that I was like sprinting just for a second because I wanted to close it. We should have decided that they should go earlier. The problem with it is that if we knew that I will get dropped, I should have like do a suicide pull before the hill, but before the box hill, because you know, it's I didn't give anything to the team. If I just died on the hill, right? I was like pushing as much as I can, then I'm lost. So that wasn't a smart decision, I think. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Maybe I should have pushed a little bit more at the very top just to close the gap. But such a things are happening. I'm just like finishing. I just wanted to finish this course. I think there will be like one team who will overtake me, but still we managed to secure second place during this race. The good thing is that after 4 races, we are on the second. No, sorry. Let me check the league table. We are on the 7th place, but we are losing only 4 points to the first team. There's a points race upcoming on Tuesday. I hope we're gonna manage to do well. So yeah, this is TTT. I'm gonna finish in a second over here. Yeah, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for those who joined me during the Twitch stream. If you liked it, click subscribe and like button, and see you next time.